Hello there, everybody. Did I press play? Yes, I recorded. Drama happened. Bro said, I don't want my girl dressing like that in front of Usher dancing. I don't think he said anything about dancing, but he said, I don't want my girl dressing like that, butt cheeks all out. We got a kid together. I think they got a kid. I'm not even sure. And then there was like, it's funny because after that, there's like a bunch of other females who Usher danced to. And one of them, I forgot who it was, sat in her nigga's lap.
Personally,
This.
I would never allow that type of disrespect.
We live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife and mother of his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please others, and he gets told how much of a hater he is. This is my family and my representation. I have standards and morals to what I believe. I rest my case. Hey.
I'm trying to think.
I would never.
Apparently, Usher does this often.
Yeah.
And
20 years he's been doing this.
And he does it to that row, so the people that sit on that row specifically know they're about to catch this Usher serenade.
Really?
And she bought the ticket knowing that was going to happen, dressed like this, knowing that could potentially happen, and was mad geeked. But this nigga has been doing this shit for 20 years, bro. He has been ruining relationships for 20 years. It has not been talked about enough, man, the things that Usher does, man. That is not being talked about. A 20-year track record is immaculate, bro.
Yeah.
That is true.
The Boondocks episode?
Yeah.
That's off a true story. You know that, right?
What Boondocks
So this has
episode?
been happening.
Yeah, that's why I said 20 years.
Oh wow, I thought you was being exaggerated.
No. 20 years. This nigga has been just walking around ruining relationships, bro.
Insane.
The guy who was a waiter who said, I wouldn't let that happen to me though.
Yeah.
He said in real life, him and his wife were going back and forth and had a discrepancy at a dinner table, whatever, out eating. Usher walks in, she goes from this to like, oh my God, no.
Oh, I remember what episode you're talking about.
No funny shit. If my wife ever did that, I will have to really look deep. Because that means that she is like really intrigued by status.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, why? But like,
in retaliation of Keke Palmer getting serenaded, Darius decided, and this is the baby daddy, we live in a generation where a man of a family doesn't want the wife and mother of his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please others. He gets told how much of a hater he is. This is my family, my reputation. I have standards and morals, damn it. I believe. I rest my case. Now, Darius, I'm gonna tell you right now, nigga, you keep that shit at home, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not letting not a fucking soul know that I'm at the crib tight. I'm gonna be at the crib tight in silence, nigga, and we're gonna have a conversation when she gets there. Soon as you let this happen, it's done, bro. This is a Tom Boucher type of nigga too. You know that, right?
You a grown ass man tweeting about your wife on Twitter.
That's what Tom would do in Boondocks.
Yeah,
that's like this.
That's funny.
He's literally Tom, bro.
Oh, that's crazy.
He's literally
That's
Tom, bro.
Yo, okay,
That's
first
crazy.
of all,
you're Tom, nigga.
First of all, look, if you set the boundaries in your relationship and she violated them that night, then you need to handle it with her as you should.
It really ain't no need for talking. Like,
right.
That's it. Like,
that's it, bro. What did you say you were gonna do when it happened? Like, is there now, like, do you trust her less? How you gonna work through this? Doing it on Twitter just feels like it accomplishes nothing.
Facts.
Like you was trying to shame her. And I don't give a fuck how much somebody fucks up. Shaming them almost never leads to a productive result. It's almost always like a petty response. So this is a grown ass man that just realized that he can get his wife here taken by Usher. You're saying things like showcasing.
I don't know if they're
cheeks.
married. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I don't think they're.
Bro,
I don't know.
booty cheeks to please others. These are conversations you should be having with her in private.
Does that not sound like Tom?
But it does 100% of that. But
it sounds like Tom.
But the point is,
like that nigga, bro.
it's like she's an entertainer. Did you expect her to stop trying to entertain? We just dropped that A&P divorce court video, and in one of the couples.
So they were real couples.
She's really a stripper, but the man he wasn't happy with how much he was entertaining other people. But they had an open relationship. But the point was he just wanted some more attention. But it's like you can't get with her and expect her to stop being her. So she's an entertainer. She's going to most likely flirt or be friendly with people in the industry, right? And a lot of people are going to flirt with her too because she is gorgeous. And she didn't become more friendly since you've been with her. She's been that way, and you've probably known that. So airing out known issues on Twitter is crazy. And is not productive, and it also just makes you kind of look like less of a man.
Also, it is hypocrisy. So all of a sudden she's a mom, but like literally, like less than a year ago, this is what he was posting. So he was posting that when this is after she was pregnant and had his child and stuff like that. And he's like openly recording this.
Yeah, so this nigga, oh, there we go. You're about to get me banned on Twitch.
My bad, bro. My bad.
You keep pulling up ass on my timeline.
It is pretty hypocritical. Like, she was a mom when you were
like it, man?
check her ass and twerk on,
I don't think I would.
on the timeline, bro.
Hopefully.
You don't care, bro. You're just insecure, my nigga. Like, let's just be honest with ourselves, bro. And then, but then also, let's be also clear. I understand what you're saying that, you know.
Do not go to fabletters.com.
Bruh.
Do not take our historically low offer. 2 for 24 shorts, 1 for...
Okay.
See, that's a lot.
Hold on.
But that's a lot.
That's
like,
like
a lot. That's a lot.
So look, what she's trying to do here.
Come on.
What she's trying to do here is be relatable. This is an industry tactic.
I know.
This is an industry tactic to make it seem like she doesn't have access to those type of niggas all the time.
I know.
One,
and that is also true.
2, I think this is corny as fuck.
Yeah.
You know who I seen do this recently? Aisha Curry. On
Oh,
the talk
yeah.
show
Yeah.
where she made a joke
that.
about taking off her ring when a man who looked good came on. Bro, you're fucking married. And the reality is, it's not even... You don't have no consideration, because the thing is, it's not like your relationships are private, right? People know about your relationship. So when Aisha Curry does it, they're gonna look at Steph like, they're gonna start, now he's receiving some of the flack for a decision you made, a joke you decided to make on your show. At the end of the day, it's a joke. She's not fucking this man. Obviously, nigga has an impressive body. There's just no way around it. But this is like glaze. This is a certain level of glaze that you know is going to result in your husband or your man receiving some flack.
But it's not even that. It's just straight up disrespectful. Especially like the Aisha Curry thing. Like, they're married. They have kids. Like, that's something like, why are you playing like that? Like, that's just, I don't understand that. I get the whole, like, you want to be relatable, but you're not relatable. You are married,
but that's
with kids.
That's
like,
what
that's
it
your
is,
actual
though.
life.
Y'all wanna be so relatable, bro.
But you're not relatable.
But if that's what you wanna do, though, just keep your relationship private. You feel me? Like, when you publicize your relationship and you decide to do these things, there's additional complications now, because you don't just have you to consider. But y'all decide to have these public ass relationships and post y'all significant others all the time, and then you also do things like this, and the net result is just negative. Also, you look more relatable, but it ends up making you just look more out of touch, because people are just gonna be like, bro, why would you do that if you were in a relationship or if you were married?
Imagine if a married man was sitting down, and like, we just brought out a bunch of strippers, knowing that the nigga's married, to seduce this nigga, and he didn't even play about taking off his rings. Like, we would look like mad irresponsible, like trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, why? Like, we're not being respectful of the sanctity of their marriage. But like, come on, like, what are we doing right now, bro?
I don't know, this is just,
so all I'm saying is just keep it consistent.
She looks so good, though. We haven't said that yet.
We can all agree, Darius, the way you handle that, you come across like a Tom Boucher ass nigga, bro. Like, just keep that shit in house. Keep it
That's
at home.
tough.
You deal with it when she gets home, and that's just how y'all converse about it. But Jonah Hill, on the other hand, that is what he did. So for those who don't know, the other story is Jonah Hill was in a relationship with Sarah Brandy, who was a surfer. But they were in a relationship years ago. This is how nasty this story is, right? Jonah decided to outline his boundaries privately, which is the...
Oh, okay, then let's see. I never seen this whole thing. So, plain and simple, if you need surfing with men, boundless, surfing with men. If you need surfing with men, boundaryless, inappropriate relationships with men, to model, to post pictures of yourself in a bathing suit, to post sexual pictures, friendships with women who are unstable, in unstable places, and from your wild recent past, beyond getting a lunch or a coffee or something respectful. I am not the right partner for you. If these things bring you to a place of happiness, I support it, and there will be no hard feelings. These are boundaries for my romantic partnership, my boundaries with you based on the ways these actions have hurt our trust.
The more acceptable way to go about doing it. He did it through text. Apparently, this is after some level of therapy that they had and stuff like that. And so he's using his words. He's using his exercising himself. And so he sends this text message that now all of a sudden has gotten leaked out. A private text message that happened in 2021.
No, it didn't get leaked out.
She put it out. Yeah.
She said that he was a horrible, toxic boyfriend, and then niggas was like, "Show us proof." And so she was like, "Bet."
Yeah,
Fuck
then
it. So
they-
she decided to post text
Then
messages
they go-
because she
No
let
context.
she let the internet bait her. But it's bro. I'm not gonna lie, I could take any one of our messages and make you look like a dickhead, and you could do the same thing to
Same,
me.
yeah.
It's not hard, bro, because all you have to do is make it very, very concise, and then you add your own context to it.
Yep.
And anytime you just you can make a nigga look like a dickhead.
That's true.
In this specific one, because it was like 5 or 6 I seen, he's just mentioning his different boundaries. I personally don't have to agree with all of them. I think if she was a surfer before you, having surfing with men be one of the priorities is kind of crazy. I mean, she could only surf with women. What if there's
even listening, like, all right, so it's surfing with men sounds crazy, but then the next one says boundaryless, inappropriate friendships with men. That sounds as if like that's a conversation they potentially have already had.
right across the line?
And
at
she's
some
already
point.
crossed it, and now he's reiterating that this is one of my boundaries. And to go along with the inappropriate relationships you had before, I no longer also don't feel comfortable with you surfing with men as well. That's
Yeah.
what that comes
And
across.
on that final
as me.
paragraph,
That
it
makes
says, my
sense.
boundaries with you based on the ways these actions have hurt our trust.
Exactly.
So it's
there's
something she
other
did to
things that
violate
could
a
have happened.
boundary, and
But-
he's reiterating.
But to be clear, we don't know this, but that's a very clear, I know he said it, but I'm just saying, that's a very clear way that it could have been interpreted based off of the last statement that he made, that something may have happened in a relationship for him to outline these boundaries, and she's making it seem as if like she did nothing or these boundaries are coming out of nowhere. And agreed, some of these may come across as a bit excessive, but A, we don't know the context, and B,
True.
we don't know the history of their relationship, so who
Also
are we
true.
to say one way or another? Because especially it sounds like she has a lot to gain in manipulating the truth, because she decides to put this out after he's already now moved on another relationship with the fiance, and after his fiance has birthed their child. So she decided
crazy.
to wait to do this. But the crazy part about it is,
I
going
thought they
back
were
to
still
the initial
together or
one,
something.
even when you set your boundaries privately, it's still a problem, because now this is being manipulated in a way in which is like, oh, you're just a horrible person, and now all of a sudden it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So this is what really blew me, the gaslighting.
Jonah Hill was using therapy speak to control his girlfriend Sarah, his now ex-girlfriend, and it's important that we go over this misuse of therapy language, which is kind of a thing these days, and how it can be super problematic as it masks controlling behavior under a commonly accepted positive concept, in this case, boundaries, making it harder for the person on the receiving end, Sarah, to challenge it. Okay, so Jonah is basically telling his professional surfer girlfriend, I am not going to be with you if you surf with men, have boundaryless friendships with men, model, post pictures in a bathing suit, or post suggestive pictures, and are friends with women who are in unstable places. He goes on to say that these are my boundaries for a romantic relationship. Jonah's use of the term boundaries in this message is a misuse of the concept.
I want y'all to know, as Agent pointed out, the last part of it where it says, again, my boundaries with you based on the way these actions have hurt our trust. To completely ignore that part of the conversation
it's crazy.
is crazy. And it's even worse that she actually kept that part of the conversation in, and niggas still are ignoring it with very little context that we have.
She tried to make this nigga look
Jesus.
like a bad guy, and the internet, rightfully so, said we need proof, because we're not just gonna believe you because we've seen how that goes. And the proof she posted was it presented his point as the truthful one. Nothing. If she dig through, nigga, that says December 2nd, 2021.
2021,
that,
bro.
that means you went through your whole archive, and the craziest thing you
Yes.
can find is him just
This,
legitimately
yes.
telling you what his boundary was. And this cornball, goofy ass therapist is gonna sit here and tell us that it's wrong to have those boundaries.
I was thinking that, I'm like, where is he going with this?
But I'm sick of, bro, there's something, this is the type of therapist right here that will say and do anything to keep a client, dog. Because in all reality, if you can't see how these are boundaries just because you don't agree with them, doesn't mean it's no longer a boundary. Doesn't mean it's no longer a boundary, bro. A boundary is what you set, is what you make it. Whether or not you agree with the boundaries is a separate conversation. But this nigga's gonna sit here and tell me it's not a boundary? Bro, those are boundaries. And it's based on, from what it says, shit that's happened in the past. If I'm talking to someone and I know she's really friendly, then I might need to create a boundary where she's not overly friendly with men, so they don't think she's flirting with them. But if I'm talking to a person and she's not friendly, there's no need for me to set that boundary.
That's
because
true.
she's not even the type of person to be like that. It's unnecessary. It depends on your fucking relationship. It also depends on the type of relationship you want and type of person you both are. That's what it is. You might want your girl to dress modest. You might want your girl to spend this amount of time with you. Bro, you can set it however fuck you want to. And if she doesn't comply, you don't have to be together.
I want to say, that's the thing. If the best part about this is that if those are boundaries that she's not willing to adhere to, it's fine. Y'all just don't be together. Like I just don't understand.
It's simple.
Why it's that difficult.
And that's what happened. It seems like.
Yeah,
they're not together.
It happened. They said it. Maybe there was an ongoing conversation, but eventually it led to them not being together anymore.
But the craziest
I don't
part
understand
is,
what the fuck is the problem?
the biggest manipulation of all this is that this woman had
Decided,
waited
yes.
until he was happy in a relationship and they gave birth to a child for her to be like, damn, I hate seeing this nigga happy because it's not with me. Let me see how I can fuck this up for him. Crazy part is, it backfired. Bro, niggas is not dumb.
And again, I want you to be very mindful that niggas like him and everybody else who's on her side are completely removing every telltale sign that would immediately point to her being the toxic one in the relationship. Not only the last part of this conversation, the fact that this even got released 2 years after the relationship was already done, and then
Bro, I heard about this. I thought it was like a week ago. Like I thought they were still together type shit. Cause I don't really like paying attention to celebrity relationships because I don't really care for them. But I thought they were still together, and then they broke up, and then she released it. Finding out that it's 2 years ago, that's crazy. Why are you still talking about it?
Timing of his
Bro,
and the timing of it as well, bro.
Marcel, there's no way to win.
Way.
There's
literally no way. There's no way, bro.
I've spoken to women before, bro, where
no way.
The issue they had was they would tell me, "Oh my God, you're so dry. It's like your brain is like a computer." And they'd say shit like that to me because I don't respond emotionally. So you can be rude and disrespectful to me, but if I respond calmly, they take it as a sign I don't care. But if I get loud and yell or scream or get angry, they're gonna be like, oh my God, he really cares about this topic. So you don't care when you're just being straightforward and setting your boundaries. But if he got loud with her, then now you can spin that to make it look like he's verbally abusive and that et cetera, et cetera. Oh, he's an abusive partner and things of that nature. Because
you're right about the word.
Niggas be lobbing the word abuse around like it's nothing.
That's what she did. She threw around the abuse word, and I'm like, how? Like if literally this is your example of it, bro, come on, bro.
But that's why I
what
said we need to be more specific about the way we use words. If I say I abuse low, niggas is probably gonna think physical.
Yes.
Right? Now if I say let's say you were a woman, I'm like I abuse low. They might assume like maybe sexually, maybe physically,
it's a
but
whole
probably
bunch of
sexually.
list of things,
but people make assumptions based on the words you give them. That's the point.
That's true.
So just be specific about what it is that happened. And I made the same case about the word assault.
Yeah.
There's multiple types of assault.
I personally think physical.
Yeah, I think that too.
Nowadays, you more and more so think like
verbally.
sexual. But then sexual assault is also very vague. It can go up to the R word and as low as like just somebody touching your knee and you didn't want your knee touched. So it's like the words have become so vague and the definitions are so wide open that like people are using them to misrepresent what happened, and that's actually manipulation, dog.
Which is that, and that's the part where this dickhead right here and other people like him is like, bro, how do y'all not see these things? But again,
bro has a whole degree in being a therapist, and I'm just over here a streamer, no degree in being a therapist, and I could tell that he was setting boundaries and there was something wrong. But bro is saying that he wasn't. What? Like, bro, your whole career is based on you understanding people's feelings and helping people set boundaries and helping people communicate with their express their feelings, communicate and all that. And you are telling me that you can, bro.
Even if I don't go down that line, bro, like, it's fine for him to outline his boundaries. These are his boundaries. This is what's set. If they don't agree, they move on. That's fine. It's genuinely not that complicated at all. But let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Let us know, man, what type of boundaries you have, man. And would you allow Usher to violate your woman like that, bro? The sanctity of your relationship.
You said violate.
Publicly. You demon Usher, bro. It's ridiculous, bro. Can't believe you're still doing that shit 20 years in, bro. Also, if you missed our last video, click right here, man. We talking about Adam 22. And until next time, we'll see you all later. Peace.
It's not Adam 22, it's Dr. Umar. But hey, I still can't get how having standards made you insecure. I mean, Yeah, it's the way you go about it that counts. He aired it out live on Twitter for the world to see. It's different than just having a problem with him. He's projecting his insecurities online, which is what makes it different. Is insecure. Why should I? What should it matter though? If you ain't feeling it, set boundaries. And if your so-called partner doesn't like you, then just leave. She did it that publicly. He put out public comments on a public event, which I was low-key thinking that. I'm like, sure, he, like, what they're saying makes sense. Like, if you're, like, not feeling what she did, then wait until she gets home and talk about it. But also, it's a public event where she was publicly doing it, and everybody knew their relationship. Or, like, not everybody knew their relationship, but I'm pretty sure if you looked it up, you'll be able to find out who she was dating or who she has a kid with and blah blah blah, right? So she did that publicly, and he just said his point publicly. So I could see where they're coming from, saying that he's weird for doing it like that, but I'm also like, I don't know. He did it publicly. I don't really care either way. It's probably not going to solve anything because they's probably still going to need to talk about it with themselves, like face to face and all that. But yeah, hey, like, subscribe, see you guys later. Hope you have a good day and night, and bye, and let me know your opinion.